Hey, it's Angela and welcome back to another CreatiKnit tutorial. Today I was going to show you how to do the Longtail Cast On method. Now this is a really nice cast on method because it gives you a nice even stretchy edge for your projects. So let me show you what to do to get started. So one of the first things you're going to want to do before you begin casting on is make sure that you have enough yarn, because if you don't make sure ahead of time, you could be casting on and realize that you have 20 more stitches to put on and then you come to this. So I'm going to show you how to prevent that from happening. And one of the two ways that you can use to start measuring is look at the size weight yarn that you're using. This is a super bulky number 6 weight yarn, and if you're using this type of yarn, you want to guesstimate that you're going to need about 1 3/4 to 2 inches of measurement for each stitch. If you're using a sock or fingering weight yarn or a sport weight yarn, you're going to need about 1/4 to 1/2 inch of yarn length for each stitch you cast on. So what you can do is first find out how many stitches you're going to need. So let's say you need 40 stitches to cast on. Well, you know that you need up to about 2 inches of yarn length per stitch. So then just take that 2 inches, multiply that times the 40 stitches you need, and that would be 80 inches of yarn length. So your total yarn length would be 80 inches that you would need. And then once you have your 80 inches, you would go to the middle of that, the center point, and that's where you would create your slip knot and begin casting on. You'll want to begin by putting a slip knot on your knitting needle. And if you don't know how to do a slip knot, you can just click this link here, and I have another tutorial that'll show you exactly how to make one. So to begin, look at these strands that you have hanging down right here. Take your index and your thumb and insert them into the center between the two strands. Now with these 3 fingers over here, rotate and grab the bottom of those 2 strands, just like that. Now take your index and your thumb right here and gently open them, so as you create a V right there. Now don't let go of the strands down here in your fingers, because you want to hang on to those to create your tension here. Also, you want to hold on to your slip knot because it will have a tendency to want to slide a little bit. So just kind of keep a little grip on that with your index finger here. And you also want to create a little length here. You don't want it this close when you go to cast on, because you won't have enough needle length to do what you need to do. So now that you're set up to do your cast on, what you want to do is take your needle and you want to go under this strand right here. I'll show you again. So you're going to come over this way. You're going to go under this strand here and lift that up with your needle. Now holding that on there, you're going to go over the top of the opposite strand on your index finger right here. So go over that. Now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go through this loop right here. You're going to want to bring that strand through there. So bring your needle through there. Now for your final move, remove your thumb and pull those 2 strands down. And there you've cast on your first stitch, and then there's your slip knot. So now I'm going to do a few more cast on stitches just so you can get a better idea of how to do it. So again, come under that strand, over the other, through the hole, drop your thumb and pull. Under, over, through, pull. Under, over, pull. Under, and that's it. And just keep going until you've cast on the right number of stitches that you need for your project. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask me in the comments below. So happy knitting!